Gagan Ahluwalia with Global Step, which is a Dallas, Texas-based company. Uh, it seems to me, given all the facts and all the data in our favor, we are short of coherent sound bites that do a very good job in articulating what we all know are the immense benefits of the economic value that would be created. And not just in IT. For example, my work is more financial analysis and high-end accounting. And our AI CPA demographics show that we are just not putting out enough accountants in the United States. For our companies and our clients in the US to be competitive, we don't have the resources to provide them and arm them adequately to compete in the global economy. If we shut down, we do a disservice to our economy as a whole. But I think what we lack is coherent sound bites that would resonate with the politicians, with the public, and make our case effectively. What would be your comments about that?
Well, I think you're exactly right that in today's public square where issues are debated, you do need sound bites because much of public opinion follows what they see on TV or maybe read a small snippet in the newspaper. And it's much easier to cover someone whose job has been lost in the short term than it is to understand how that money flowed back to cause other, perhaps more diffused benefits to the economy. And when you get that kind of coverage, the easy-to-do story about the job loss, you discourage a whole generation of folks from pursuing that for their career because they just saw on TV that there are no jobs there. And which factually incorrect, but that impression is strong and is left. And so we need that. And I think I've been talking to some of our companies both here as well as in the U.S. I think what we are going to have to pursue is connecting some of the dots, taking some of the more iconic innovations that everybody knows about in America. All the buzz around the iPhone is a quick top-of-head example. And then try to connect the dots. That innovation doesn't happen without some capital. Where does the capital come from? It comes from efficient, competitive operations that win a profit in the marketplace. So I think we're going to have some snapshot pieces like that and say, you know what? If you restrict trade, you don't get the iPhone. You don't get WiMAX chips to reach rural America with broadband or whatever. I think we need to take the iconic innovations that America is excited about and connect those to the model. But it's a very, very good point.
I think what I'd like to add is, that's one way of approaching it. The other thing that we lack is that when this issue comes up, the whole issue of job loss, data privacy, security is an emotive issue. It has nothing to do with facts. It's nothing to do with what the reality is. It's just an emotive issue. So one of the other ways that you could possibly look at this is to find an emotive response. You take a single mother, 8-year-old child, middle America, has a problem and couldn't access medical health, and there was a 2-week waiting period, but there was a radiologist who was offshore and helped, and the kid's up and about, and it was done cheaply and efficiently and at the time when she needed it. I'm just sort of making it up as we speak, but that's the sort of response that you can give a Ludox. Right. Because otherwise, when you're dealing with an emotive issue, it has completely nothing to do with the economy. There's no point telling, Jill in Nebraska that, it's good for 400 million Americans. She's concerned about my $14 an hour or whatever that she doesn't get anymore. So you have to find, in addition to this innovation idea and the whole sort of economic piece, you need to find emotive responses that can resonate with,
Right.
the average person on that subject. So.
That's a good point.